Welcome back, truth seekers, in the new exciting series, Unveiling Pakistan's Historical Tapestry, from ancient civilizations to modern nationhood. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never missed any episode of the dark side of technology. So let's begin. Segment 1. Ancient Civilizations. The region that is now Pakistan has a history dating back to ancient times. It was home to the Indus Valley Civilization, one of the world's oldest urban cultures, which thrived around 2600 to 1900 BCE. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are well-known archaeological sites from this period. Certainly, the ancient civilizations that flourished in the region that is now Pakistan hold a significant place in the history of human civilization. The Indus Valley Civilization, in particular, stands out as one of the world's oldest and most advanced urban cultures. Here's an in-depth look at this fascinating period, and here are some points. 1. Indus Valley Civilization, IVC, Overview. The Indus Valley Civilization, also known as the Harappan Civilization, emerged around 2600 BCE in the fertile plains of what is now Pakistan and northwest India. It was characterized by a highly organized urban society, advanced infrastructure, and unique cultural achievements. 2. Urban planning and architecture. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro showcased remarkable urban planning, with well-laid-out streets, advanced drainage systems, and well-constructed buildings. The use of standardized bricks, uniformity in city layout, and the presence of citadels and granaries reflected a sophisticated urban design. 3. Trade and economy. The IVC engaged in long-distance trade with neighboring regions, including Mesopotamia and ancient Iran. Traded items included pottery, textiles, precious stones, and metals. The civilization's economic base relied on agriculture, with evidence of well-irrigated fields and grain storage facilities. 4. Writing system. The IVC possessed a script that has not been fully deciphered. This script is found on seals and inscriptions, but its exact language and meaning remain a mystery. 5. Art and culture. Artifacts discovered from this period include intricately designed pottery, jewelry, figurines, and sculptures. The Dancing Girl statue from Mohenjo-daro and the famous Pashupati seal are some of the notable artifacts that provide insights into the culture of the time. 6. Social structure. The Indus Valley Civilization appeared to have a well-structured society with distinct social classes. Evidence suggests a division of labor, with specialized craftspeople and traders. 7. Decline and disappearance. Around 1900 BCE, the civilization began to decline, with factors such as changing river patterns, environmental changes, and potential socio-political upheaval contributing to its downfall. The exact reasons for the civilization's decline and eventual disappearance remain subjects of scholarly debate. 8. Legacy and significance. The Indus Valley Civilization has left an enduring legacy in the Indian subcontinent. It is considered one of the world's 3 earliest urban civilizations, alongside Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. Its achievements in urban planning, craftsmanship, and trade laid the foundation for future cultures in the region. 9. Archaeological discoveries. Archaeological excavations at sites like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro have yielded valuable insights into the Indus Valley Civilization. These discoveries have contributed to our understanding of ancient human societies. In summary, the ancient civilizations of the Indus Valley, particularly the Indus Valley Civilization, offer a glimpse into a sophisticated urban culture that thrived in the region thousands of years ago. Their achievements in urban planning, trade, and culture continue to intrigue and inspire researchers and enthusiasts to this day. Segment 2. Aryans and Vedic period. The arrival of the Aryans around 1500 BCE marked the beginning of the Vedic period, during which the Vedic scriptures and rituals were developed. Certainly, the arrival of the Aryans and the subsequent Vedic period played a pivotal role in shaping the cultural, religious, and literary landscape of the Indian subcontinent. This period marks a significant transition from the earlier Indus Valley Civilization and sets the stage for the development of Vedic scriptures and rituals. Here's an in-depth exploration of this era, and here are some points. 1. Aryan migration and arrival. Around 1500 BCE, a group of Indo-European-speaking people known as the Aryans migrated to the Indian subcontinent from Central Asia. These migrations occurred over a period of time, and the Aryans gradually settled in the northern regions of the subcontinent, including present-day Punjab. 2. Vedic literature and tradition. The Aryans brought with them a rich oral tradition of hymns, chants, and rituals. This body of knowledge was eventually compiled into the Vedas, a collection of ancient sacred texts. The Vedas are divided into four main texts: the Rigveda, the Samaveda, the Yajurveda, and the Atharvaveda. Each Veda contains hymns, rituals, and philosophical insights. 3. Religious practices. The Vedic period marked the beginning of Hinduism, as the Vedic gods and rituals formed the core of the religion's early practices. Fire rituals, yajnas, and sacrificial offerings played a central role in the religious practices of this period, with priests, Brahmins, performing elaborate ceremonies. 4. Society and social structure. Society during the Vedic period was organized into a hierarchical structure. This hierarchy was based on varnas, social classes, with the Brahmins, priests and scholars, at the top, followed by Kshatriyas, warriors and rulers, Vaishyas, merchants and farmers, and Shudras, laborers and servants. 5. Development of Sanskrit. The Aryans introduced Sanskrit, an Indo-European language, to the Indian subcontinent. Sanskrit became the language of the Vedas and played a significant role in the development of classical Indian literature, philosophy, and culture. 6. Literary and philosophical contributions. The Vedic period produced not only religious texts but also philosophical insights. Concepts like dharma, righteousness, karma, action and consequence, and moksha, liberation, began to take shape during this time. 7. Transition to Upanishadic thought. Towards the end of the Vedic period and into the subsequent period known as the Upanishadic period, philosophical thought shifted from ritualistic practices to more contemplative and metaphysical inquiries. This led to the development of the Upanishads, which explore concepts of reality, self, and ultimate truth. 8. Cultural impact. The Vedic period left an indelible mark on Indian culture and spirituality. Many elements of Vedic rituals, hymns, and philosophies continue to influence modern Hindu practices and beliefs. 9. Continuity and evolution. The Vedic period is a foundational period in Indian history, shaping the trajectory of the subcontinent's religious, cultural, and philosophical evolution. It laid the groundwork for subsequent periods of classical Indian philosophy and literature. In summary, the arrival of the Aryans and the Vedic period marked a crucial phase in the history of the Indian subcontinent. It laid the groundwork for the development of the Vedas, the emergence of Hinduism, and the evolution of philosophical thought that continues to shape the cultural fabric of the region. Segment 3. Mauryan and Gupta Empires. The region came under the rule of various empires, including the Mauryan and Gupta Empires, which contributed to the cultural and political landscape of the subcontinent. Certainly, the Mauryan and Gupta Empires were two of the most significant and influential empires in the history of the Indian subcontinent. These empires left a lasting impact on the cultural, political, and administrative landscape of the region. Here's an in-depth exploration of their contributions. Mauryan Empire, circa 322-185 BCE. 1. Founding and expansion. The Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya, who overthrew the Nanda dynasty and established the first centralized empire in ancient India. Under the rule of Chandragupta's grandson, Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan Empire expanded to cover a vast territory, including present-day India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and parts of Afghanistan. 2. Ashoka's rule and Dhamma. Ashoka is renowned for his conversion to Buddhism after witnessing the horrors of warfare. He promoted the principles of non-violence, compassion, and social welfare through his edicts and policies. Ashoka's inscriptions, such as the Rock Edicts and Pillar Edicts, spread his teachings and contributions to social harmony and ethical conduct. 3. Administrative innovations. The Mauryan Empire introduced administrative reforms that laid the foundation for future governance systems. Ashoka's vast empire was divided into provinces, districts, and villages, each with appointed officials. The Mauryans also established a network of roads and rest houses, dhanvantaris, for travelers and merchants. 4. Art and culture. The Mauryan period witnessed the flourishing of art and architecture. Ashoka's pillars, adorned with edicts and sculptures, are notable examples of Mauryan art. The Sarnath lion capital, featuring 4 lions atop a pillar, is a famous emblem and symbol of the modern Republic of India. Gupta Empire, circa 320-550 CE. 1. Golden Age and prosperity. The Gupta Empire is often referred to as the Golden Age of ancient India due to its flourishing art, culture, and science. It was marked by a period of relative political stability and economic prosperity, enabling advancements in various fields. 2. Educational and intellectual growth. The Gupta period saw remarkable developments in mathematics, with mathematicians like Aryabhata and Brahmagupta making significant contributions. Astronomy, medicine, and literature also thrived during this time, with scholars producing treatises on various subjects. 3. Art and architecture. Gupta art is characterized by its refined aesthetic and exquisite sculptures. The period produced remarkable temple architecture and iconic sculptures, such as the famous Standing Buddha. The Ajanta and Ellora caves are prime examples of Gupta rock-cut architecture, featuring intricate carvings and murals. 4. Influence on Hinduism. The Gupta period witnessed the consolidation of Hindu religious practices and beliefs. The Bhagavad Gita, a revered Hindu scripture, gained prominence during this time. 5. End of the empire. The Gupta Empire gradually declined due to external invasions, internal conflicts, and economic challenges. By the mid-6th century, the empire had fragmented into smaller kingdoms. In summary, the Mauryan and Gupta empires were pivotal in shaping the cultural, political, and intellectual landscape of the Indian subcontinent. Their administrative innovations, artistic achievements, and contributions to philosophy and science continue to resonate in modern India and neighboring regions. Segment 4. Islamic influence. Islam arrived in the region in the 7th century, with the spread of the religion by Arab traders. Muslim empires, such as the Ghaznavid, Ghurid, and Mughal empires, had a significant impact on the region's history. Certainly, the Islamic influence in the Indian subcontinent has played a pivotal role in shaping its history, culture, and society. The arrival of Islam in the 7th century marked the beginning of a new era characterized by the establishment of Muslim empires, which had a profound impact on the region's political, religious, and artistic landscape. Here's an in-depth exploration of this period. Spread of Islam and early Islamic influence. 1. Introduction of Islam. Islam arrived in the Indian subcontinent through Arab traders and merchants who established trade routes connecting the Arabian Peninsula with the Indian Ocean. The spread of Islam was gradual, with coastal areas and trading centers being the first to adopt the religion. 2. Political and cultural integration. Muslim communities began to form in coastal towns and trading hubs. These communities integrated aspects of Islamic culture and practices with existing local traditions. Muslim empires in the Indian subcontinent. 1. Ghaznavid Empire, 977-1186. The Ghaznavid Empire, centered in present-day Afghanistan, expanded into parts of the Indian subcontinent through multiple invasions. Mahmud of Ghazni is renowned for his military campaigns and the sack of the temple city of Somnath. 2. Ghurid Empire, 879-1215. The Ghurid Empire, based in present-day Afghanistan, extended its influence into northern India. It marked the beginning of the establishment of Islamic rule in the region. 3. Delhi Sultanate, 1206-1526. The Delhi Sultanate emerged as a powerful Muslim empire in India. The early sultans faced challenges from regional rulers and carried out campaigns to consolidate their rule. The Sultanate era witnessed significant architectural achievements, including the construction of iconic structures like the Qutub Minar and the Alai Darwaza. 4. Mughal Empire, 1526-1858. The Mughal Empire, founded by Babur, was one of the most significant Muslim empires in the subcontinent. The Mughals left an indelible mark on India through their patronage of art, architecture, and culture. The Taj Mahal is a globally recognized symbol of Mughal architecture and artistry. Impact on society and culture. 1. Religious synthesis and architecture. The Islamic empires contributed to a cultural synthesis between Islamic and local traditions. This is evident in architecture, where Islamic design elements merged with indigenous styles. 2. Language and literature. Persian became a court language during Muslim rule and was used for administration, poetry, and literature. Many notable literary works were produced during this period. 3. Religious diversity and interaction. The subcontinent's religious landscape became more diverse due to interactions between different faiths, including Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sikhism. Legacy in modern India. 1. Cultural heritage. The Islamic period left an enduring legacy in India's architecture, art, music, and cuisine. reflecting the synthesis of various cultural influences. 2. Continuing influence. Islamic practices and cultural elements continue to be an integral part of modern Indian society, especially in regions with a significant Muslim population. 3. Religious tolerance and diversity. The interaction between different religious communities during this period contributed to the rich tapestry of India's religious diversity. In summary, the arrival of Islam in the Indian subcontinent and the subsequent establishment of Muslim empires had a profound impact on its history, culture, and society. The synthesis of Islamic and local traditions, along with the architectural and cultural contributions of Muslim rulers, continues to shape the region's identity to this day. Segment 5. British colonial rule. The British East India Company gradually gained control over the Indian subcontinent in the 18th century. By the mid-19th century, the entire subcontinent was under British colonial rule. The Indian National Congress and the All India Muslim League emerged as political movements advocating for independence. Certainly, the period of British colonial rule in the Indian subcontinent is a significant chapter in its history, marked by the gradual expansion of British influence, the establishment of the British East India Company's dominance, and the rise of movements advocating for independence. Here's a comprehensive exploration of this period. British East India Company and early expansion. 1. Establishment of the East India Company. The British East India Company, established in 1600, initially focused on trade with India. Over time, it established a series of trading posts along the Indian coastline. 2. Control over territories. Through strategic alliances and military conquests, the East India Company gradually gained control over various regions and territories in India. By the mid-18th century, the company had acquired significant influence over large parts of the subcontinent. Consolidation of power and direct control. 1. Battle of Plassey, 1757. The Battle of Plassey marked a turning point when the East India Company decisively defeated the Nawab of Bengal. This victory allowed the company to assert its control over Bengal. 2. Governance and administration. The company's control extended over vast territories, and it established its own administrative and legal systems to govern these regions. British-appointed governors and administrators managed local affairs on behalf of the company. Sepoy Mutiny and the transfer of power. 1. The Indian Rebellion of 1857. The Indian Rebellion, also known as the Sepoy Mutiny or the First War of Independence, was a significant uprising against British rule. It was sparked by various factors, including discontent with British policies, economic grievances, and cultural concerns. 2. End of the East India Company. In the aftermath of the rebellion, the British government dissolved the East India Company and assumed direct control over India through the British Crown. Rise of independence movements. 1. Formation of Indian National Congress, 1885. The Indian National Congress, INC, was established with the goal of seeking a share in government for educated Indians. Over time, it evolved into a significant political force advocating for self-governance. 2. All India Muslim League, 1906. The All India Muslim League emerged as a political organization representing the interests of Muslims in India. It aimed to protect their rights within the context of a united India. Struggle for independence and partition. 1. Non-cooperation and civil disobedience movements. Under leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, the Indian independence movement gained momentum through non-violent protests, boycotts, and civil disobedience. 2. World War II and Quit India movement. India's participation in World War II led to increased demands for independence. The Quit India movement of 1942 was a mass protest against British rule. 3. Independence and partition, 1947. In 1947, following years of struggle and negotiations, India gained independence from British rule. The Indian subcontinent was also divided along religious lines, leading to the creation of two independent nations, India and Pakistan. In summary, British colonial rule in the Indian subcontinent was characterized by the gradual expansion of British influence, direct control, and the rise of movements advocating for self-governance and independence. The struggle against British rule eventually led to the achievement of independence and the subsequent partition of the subcontinent into India and Pakistan. So that's the today video. In this episode, we talk about the Pakistan history part 1, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never missed any episode of the dark side of technology.